the Ember Throne, where we're heading up Mount Arkano. We just beat up some dirt. Heck yeah. Now they will know truth. Oh my god. They have a gun. Beat up some dirt. We're heading up the mountain to hopefully stop the sages from causing all the ruckus that they are attempting to cause. That probably starts with stabbing this individual here.
Who's that? You don't look like you're with us.
well spotted. Listen. No. Failed. Is what I have to say about it. We're not doing this now. Get ye self out of here. And thank you very much for the health restoration. Kablamo! That's a lot of money. Jeepers. Right, so that was that. Hey, guys. Oh, right, I was about to say, why were you guys just letting that dude point a gun at you? But they have a peace treaty with the humans. Or they did, at least. Thank you, human. I'm not supposed to do this, but here. Oh, thank you. The red-cloaked ones were headed to our queen's chambers. What could they possibly want there? The queen, maybe? Although you do actually wonder, because reportedly the queen does not hold the power to change too much. Why are humans trampling through our village? We've done nothing wrong, have we? No, I don't think it's a matter of who's done wrong, except for them. Apocrypha. What a dumb buck. Why aren't the guards doing anything? Yeah, rules is rules to them.
Protect the throne? These birds won't be protecting anything.
I didn't say anything. Alright, you're gonna be like, putting words in my mouth here. Alright, golden shot you, Leviathans. I don't know what Fencer's about. Let's start with the one we do know what they're about. And just drain all their health. Yeah! With the trapping and such. Why must you... thanks for getting that off me, partner. I was just starting to get claustrophobic under there. Kablamo! Alright, our experience boon just went down. Such a shame. But I get to go again. Yay! I didn't need to do that one. But it's fine, we finished them off anyway. Leviathan's tongue, let's see how much health you have, partner. Oh, they're weak to stabbing. Oh, it's a good day when you find someone who's a bit weak to stabbing. I like so. Yeah, not an insubstantial amount of damage, though, these fencers. It's a new enemy type of these red soldiers. New to me, anyway. Oof. 10,000. Sorry, 1,000 gold. Let's snag ourselves some more fish. Doink, doink, doink. Hey, how you doing? Sorry about all that. Our lord made a pact with the humans. Why are they intruding on us? Yeah, they don't seem to care so much about all that stuff. But I get the time it would take to pass the legislation to let you attack them would be not worth it at this point, so I understand. Don't worry, we'll try and take care of this. This mountain was once a hotbed for war. It's been quite torn up over the years, and we've all become quite peaceful since. So I see. Don't worry. I think you shall return to that soon enough. Red City Soldier, could you just wait a minute? You see two people talking? And you're like, I'm gonna run around them in circles? How dare you interrupt our fine parlance, sir or madam? Nothing you do is permanent. Oh, okay. Sorry, our conversation's over. You can come in now.
Asima's orders. Nobody stands in our way.
Sorry, my dad's orders. Kill them all. I'm pretty sure it was what he asked us to do. Oh dear, the fencers can agility up themselves. That's no good. It's a fine old no bueno situation. You're at max health, so go for a steel boomerang there. And I'll just do a prism here, whack them both. Oh, well, I did about 800 damage altogether, so it was probably worth doing. Beef, go for some Valiant Rush, even though they resist slash, at least to get your health back. You're at max health, so they resist slash. Don't do steel boomerang, but do a shoot gun. Oh, no, they're weak to piercing, right? So even though you're max health, Heart Drain is still the ideal move here. And I'm not going to use my piercing on this one because they're almost down. I'll let Nuo take care of that when it goes back to him. Start working away on this one. Heart drains and all sorts. Ugh. Actually, Val's going to finish this one down before Nuo really gets a chance. Not quite. Which one of these has less health? That would be this one, probably. Finish them off with a Valiant Rush easily. And then I'll Leviathan's Tongue get that last of my health filled up. I think hard partially because Nuo's so slow, he doesn't get a chance to use his Valiant Rush so much, so even though he's got it, he still falls behind in health a fair bit, but I won't fuss about it for now.
Chirp! The adults say we used to wage war against the Sayer.
That's just what I hear as well. The exiles have taken to that nowadays. Hello, friend. What can I interest you in? Oh, no, not much. Let's see. Azure... Oh, food! Azure Berries restore HP, and it's increased XP gain by 10% for 10 turns, same as the fish, but it's a little more expensive, right? The fish were only like 500 coins or something. But it also says ingredient, like we could use it to make something later on. So let's just buy like 3 of them. They're pretty pricey. We can use them as an XP thing if we're in a pinch. And we want it, and we need the XP. We feel we need the XP. We used to smelt metals inside the belly of Arkano, but since our wars against the Sayer, it's been left abandoned. So I see. Any chance the Red City is intending to unabandon it? What's happening? You got me. Is this a ladder I can climb up? Ooh, well, it's stairs. Oh my god, these are some weird stairs. I don't like the way she walks up them. How can a race with such a noble past be brought to its knees so effortlessly?
Because the Red Kingdom is belligerent. What's happening? Red soldiers from the east came to visit the Queen.
Oh, they didn't just come for a visit. You're clearly blocking that stairwell, so we gotta go take care of that before we're allowed down there, it would seem. But have we gone down here? And is there anything to get down here? It's all boarded up. Oh, this looks like an airship has boarded them or something. Flight or stay? Oh, flight, like I can go on my ship? Oh, cool. And there's a place to land here. Neat. Well, I know there's important stuff to do up there, but I just want to buy like a few more fish. I didn't think we'd be burning through them so quickly, but I accidentally stayed in an inn like twice. Yeah, I could go for like, what's the max number we could buy? Is 42. I mean, even, we're going to be getting a fair bit of money, you know, along the way. Screw it. 42 fish. Let's just get like such an undignified quantity that I'll never have to buy them again. There'll be chances for gold. Alright, sorry, where were we? We were doing something about saving some kind of royal member of a royal family somewhere and flying around and fighting and eating fish. Something along those lines.
The Queen. I also say the Queen.
He stole my thing, that's what I was gonna say.
Another human. You don't look like the rest.
Only one may convene with the Queen, however. What, at a time, you mean? Well, if the one convening with the Queen is posing a threat to people and like pointing guns at them, maybe we should change that rule right quick.
What business would humans have here?
Let's just say, you know that whole chair in the sky dealio? Yeah, that. Hi!
We'll take care of you for Lady Hasima. These birds won't have a hand in stopping us.
I mean, like, objectively, mechanically, functionally, that is true. But you don't gotta say it so loud right in front of them. That's real mean. I mean, and also, it's not very wise, generally. It just feels like you're asking for them to suddenly change their laws just to spite you. Not wise, I wouldn't say. Not wise at all. You don't resist slashing, so that's worthwhile doing on you. While we take care of this one. Like a stab. I mean, like so. But also like shoot. He can't be trapped, you fool, you utter heathen, you blockheaded braid skirtle from a hard bottle. Hard tray. Oh, you're not resistant to weak to pierce. Why did I do that? Because I'm the fuel. Look at all the money we're getting already, though. See? It was worth spending all that money on fish when we get this much. Look at all these books as well. I can take a left turn from here? Where does that bring us? To like a side room in the palace. Oh wow, this palace is big.
Our blacksmiths have been inactive since our king's last resurrection. We will wait as long as it takes for that day to come once more.
Last resurrection? Huh? Sorry? I need to know a bit more about your culture before that makes sense to me. Sorry about that. I lived in a box for several years. Please forgive my ignorance. Hey there.
You won't interfere.
Okay. Hey, look over there! Ah, ow! Okay, that didn't work, Papel. We have to try something else, like shooting them. Bang! Ah, of course, why didn't I think of that before? Ow! You listen here, you runts. I've got an audience with the Queen to ask her about why there are humans trying to kill her. So you dang humans stop trying to kill her so I can ask that, please? See boomerang! Oh, I love that move so much. It just feels so cool. Like the sound design on it, like going... It's so satisfying. Hip stab. Hut. Rush. Wonk. And look at that, Nuo's getting close to max health as well. Never fear, king or queen, and anyone who's alive, really at all. We're coming to your help to hail. Oh, is that a sage? Are we fighting another one already? Oh, Hecklesbury. Halt. Only one may address Queen Porcelian. She's got one heck of an outfit.
How pathetic. Your king left your people helpless, and without his sacred pen, you can't even change your own laws.
The Fefnaron are not welcome on Argono. We have no business. I can't believe the conversation's been going on this long and we've only just gotten there.
What a loyal bunch of birds. If you're an honest woman, you'll know that little book of yours forbids us from nothing. Don't worry. I'll wait.
You cannot come through, human. This is our law. There is nothing. Our texts, we couldn't have known.
What an honest race.
Ah! I'm sorry, my love. Oh, we done goofed now.
And so falls the first of the Aurochs leaders. Once they have been dismantled, there will be none left to stop us from entering the Sky Castle. I've been hearing a lot about you from our soldiers. Aura, is it? I won't have you or this dusty old race interfering with us. The Ember Throne belongs to the fifth Red Kingdom, of course.
Aura, stop her, quick! Barge past the guards and stab her!
These birds used to be Voska's protectors. How sad. What a pity. I do feel bad about it. Really, I do.
And now we did absolutely nothing to help.
But now I've got bigger worries. I'm glad humanity could forge such a great alliance. Really.
Shoot her? Do nothing. Okay, do nothing, I guess, is what we do. Sorry about it, Queen Porsuyen. I did really try my best to help. It was just, there were two guards standing in front of me. There was nothing I could do. I mean, to be fair, I kind of didn't want to hurt them, I guess. I have no idea who is saying this. The Auric once upheld order in this world. We separated our mountain from it, encasing it in a temporal storm. As the storm twisted time, our law became eternal. And with the law, our king brought justice to the world. During the wars between Axis and the Sair, we were guardians, helping to keep the balance in our torn lands. Working with what remained of humanity against the Sair. But times change. Our laws are old and crippled. Such a process requires revision. The king must awaken each century from his slumber atop the mountain's peak. Oh, I see. So it's not that the king sucks as such and is unwilling to change the laws. He's not present. That's what they meant when they were saying he needs his resurrection soon. That's a bit unfortunate. Timing of that. Without his revisions, the Auric are stuck in the past. If we cannot lift a hand against the humans, how can we act against the root? Speaking of roots, the fact that she left Tassima, does that mean that she got the pedal from here? And we were too late? The root? The Auric created their law to battle the Fefneron's temptation. As the rest of the world greedily fought over the Ember Throne, our people established rules that would forever protect us from it. Yet in this world we do not live alone. We are at the mercy of the weather, the whims of its people. Sira, the exiles, they knew. Right, well that went about as poorly as it could have. Can I read the book? So did they take the queen away, or did she just, disintegrate? Or is she, in a lump of clothing underneath this here? We cannot act against humans. Our law states we are at peace. How could something like this occur? I'm all for ideologies of tolerance, but there's a number of philosophers who will tell you that tolerating intolerance breeds intolerance. The white-robed one. Her ship is headed north. That is where our king lies. Ah, okay, so maybe there's more to the Arkano mountain area. I don't know why it shows me at the Divide right now. That's patently untrue. So maybe that's the Centennial Chamber. Oh, well, Centennial, duh, 100 years. I guess that's where we ought to be then. Maybe the bit of the Ember Throne is there as well, and they don't have it yet then. Whoa. Is it my imagination, or is this bit supposed to be, up above? The perspective on this is a little strange. But we added an entry to our journal. So that it's Dear Tyree, everything sucks. Arkano. The White Sages are trying to cripple the Auric in order to prevent their interference with the Ember Throne, starting with their queen. If the Auric were able to help us, the Red Kingdom would have much less a chance of standing before the throne. Now the Sages headed to the peak of the mountain where the Auric King hibernates for decades before reawakening. If we're to stop the Ember Throne from being taken, we'll have to stop the Sages and help the Auric. Yes, I like this idea quite a bit. Sorry we just stood by and didn't help. I didn't want to feel comfortable barging past you and all your rules. North, you say, though. Is there a walking path to that north? Or is there a flying path to the north? Well, let's go check out where that person was standing earlier. And perhaps they'll have moved. The exiles. Were they correct? The Apocrypha is bound to Arkano. It is each of our lives. Yes, well... And what lives they are! Well, the Auric Village, at least things have calmed down a bit now. The Red City Guards are chilled out a little. Well, they're gone. What's happening? We demand answers. The law cannot possibly allow these hooligans to do whatever they please. I'm afraid it does. We cannot act against humans. Our laws state where we are at peace. How could something like this occur? Well, although to be fair, if the humans are breaking the law, I mean, they just stabbed the queen. Well, I mean, it was a Fefneron who did that, but acting in accordance with a bunch of humans from the Red City. Surely the agreement, your end of the agreement is null. Or do you just have that much integrity? An agreement's an agreement to you, Punch. Why have we been given no answers? The king gave us a law that would carry us through history.
We're a peaceful folk. Why are knights walking all over our city?
The children must be kept inside. We cannot allow our youth to fall. This guard says nothing whatsoever. Well, that didn't go spectacularly. At least there's a little docking point here. That's cool. Oh, are the buildings not all boarded up anymore? Oh, so they aren't. Let's go have a look around town then. Music here is super dramatic and pretty though. Axe! That looks like a weapon store! Too bad I just spent all my money on fish! This old forge hasn't been lit in decades. Oh boy. There's gonna be all kinds of stuff I want, isn't there? Ah! Well, I don't mind the Phantom Slash at the moment. It looks very cool. Golden rifle. Ah! Hand cannon. Ah! All this stuff we want. Ah! No! No, we were just about to have stuff to spend money on and I spent it all on fish. No problem, no problem. If there's a flight point here, we can always pop back whenever. Ooh, defense by 11. Agility by 10. That's definitely something Propel wants. Defense by 11, Spirit by 14, and max HP. That sounds an awful lot like something Nuo wants. It is a coat, after all. Dark gloves. I guess that could be good for Nuo. I'm going to start with the teal coat. It seems like the most valuable thing. And I guess another teal hood as well. Ah, shucks. I probably should have seen if the other person sells anything and also what I can craft. Here. Steel armor with iron armor and limestone. Defense by 14 and attack by 5 and resist slash attacks, which is pretty sweet. Ooh, teal moon coat. Defense by 9, spirit by 14, prevents agility from lowering. Moon oka hide. Goblat robe. Defense, agility, and evasion by 10. That's got Propel written all over it. And this steel helmet I want as well, but we've only got 1 limestone. But all the gear around here is sweet. You don't say anything? I guess not. Hello?
Chirp! We don't really chirp, but it's fun to pretend.
Looks like an egg. An auric egg. All right, that really tickled me funny bone. Because all the kids so far have been saying it. Ooh, an inn here. We've still got a fair bit of time on our experience buff, so I won't mess with that so far. They aren't the best beds for humans, but rest here if you'd like. Oh, I think they'll be fun enough. Thank you very much. There's a treasure chest here. It's just in someone's place. I don't think I'll mess with it. There are only 2 beds. Well, you and Nuo are siblings. You'll have to share. I'm not having Propel hug the blankets for me anymore. It's just not fair. Definitely the second we get enough funds, we want to go splurge on a bunch of new gear, though. Oh! A bunch of gemstones. Interesting. Any chance we'll be able to use the bunch we've got now?
Oh, hello. In this shop I sell amulets. One of a kind. That's it. One of a kind amulets.
You want one? I mean, would you like one? Or I can make you one. You alright?
The lights brought you here, didn't they? Bright lights. They make you want to be a customer. Or they make customers want to be here. Do you think the carpet should change too? Does teal make people want to buy things? Oh, I shouldn't be asking you. You're a customer. You are a customer, right?
It's alright. I am a customer. I have no money at the moment, so I don't think I'll be able to get anything from you, but... Ooh. Oh, neat. Okay, so you use the gemstones to make all kinds of little knickknacks. Pierce damage by 5%, defense by 5%, a bleeding globe. The blood ruby. Sapphire plus ruby increases blunt damage by 10% and defense by 5%. Cool. Resist fire damage and increase spirit by 10%. Very neat. I can increase blunt damage by 5% and defense by 5% at the moment. Curious. Of any of these, the one that is most of interest to me would probably be the pierce damage and 5% defense. For Aura, if we got 3 of these, I assume they're accessories. 5% defense may eventually be quite a fair bit. Well, it would be like these 2 and then the fallen hood, I guess. Sorry, my eyes are so itchy all of a sudden. So this is at least one thing that these gemstones are for. Ah, but this can't be the only store because there's the emeralds are not present in this list as things we might have any interest in devising. Blunt damage by 10%. Do I have anything that does blunt damage? I guess probably breakers do, right? Yeah, they're blunt. But they're already less damage than we're doing with a normal attack anyway, so it's a bit redundant to, like, get something that increases my blunt damage by 10% when it's already down to 80%. Redundant and unhelpful. Now, Pierce might be useful just because I'm so want to use Leviathan's Tongue. Shame there ain't one that does Slash here. Well, again, if we need more money, we'll be getting a whole bunch more, so we can buy another Heavy Sapphire if we want it. I just want to see what the Sky Gavel can do for us, like, money-wise, if we could sell it at a different shop. Or, I guess, back to this shop. for a bit more, but additionally, well, if Fallen Hood is defense by 7% and is keeping me static at the moment, then Sky's Gavel won't increase me any. But later on, it could be useful. Any of your skills that we were using a lot do blunt? Not really. Sorry to stress you out, friend. It wasn't my intention, I promise. So the sapphires themselves just sell for a tidy 1,000. It's half of whatever the value says in the item page, I'm pretty sure. Which I didn't check what that was for the... Where is it? Oh, how does this Guardian Spear sell for? Nah, nothing. Where has it gone? Oh, you can't sell them. Ah, well. You'd think I would have... Ah, well, never mind then. Not to worry, it's nice to have around, I guess. In case I suddenly decide someone wants blunt damage. Live and learn. Bugger, if only I'd held out a little longer till we got to this village uncovered. All the stuff we can spend money on. Ah, this is a potion shop with Cheryl and all, right? Wonderful. Is your stock any different in this place? Arkano sure is strange. A temporal storm rages around the entire mountain. I wonder what caused it. By the sound of it, it was their intention that it be that way. Ooh, greater men spray. 1250 health for everyone. Pretty good. But bugger all these things I want to spend money on now. These potions are all the same though. Permabuffs wise, Cheryl, anything new? What's up with these birds? They don't even clean their homes. Must have spent an hour sweeping up straw. And redecorating. Once again, I don't want to go splurging on any of these permabuffs too much till we got the next party member that I believe we're going to get. But it's kind of seeming like this situation here isn't going to change too much by the end of the game, right? Like we've been... Oh, well, these are new, aren't they? Resolute. Bleeding Powder decreases Dex by 3. Scorching Powder increases Agility by 3. Any Bleeding Cactus, we're definitely spending on Agility for Propel. And Vigilance, we're definitely spending on Defense for Aura. But as for these two... we may end up putting a bunch of Spirit into Nuo, but I'll just have to see. But anyway, what I was getting at is it doesn't seem like there's going to be too many more recipes and things we're going to want to use those items for, so rather than like save them until the 80% mark through the game, I do want to use them somewhat soon, but just want to wait till we get our next party member. Howdy! Within all of these books lies a grain of Auric history. History and truth. It's most important to the Auric. Even the temporal spires around the mountain provide a glimpse into our history when charged. Yes, there was someone mentioning this. Someone very snootily mentioned it to us, actually. The temporal spires around the mountain have been inactive for a long time. Soon all we'll have are these books. What do you think is more important? To experience history or to learn from it? Learn from it, probably. You're going to experience history whether you like it or not. But that means nothing if no one in the future learns from it. So I guess this is forward on the mountain. Hello, Sierra, how's it going? Sorry about the Queen. I trust you've witnessed our dilemma.
Why didn't you stop them? They were all over your city.
To honor her will. I made mistakes, and we bode farewell. Without them, we'd be lost much sooner.
Mistakes? With the Queen?
The law may only be changed with a specific pen. It is the spear of the Auric King. He lays dormant at the peak of the mountain until his time to awaken arrives once more. Our king was one of your father's many enemies, Ara. We blindly thought Axis was as foolish as those before him. However, if we leave this past behind us, I will trust your leadership, Ara. Syra has joined the party! Syra has joined the party, actually. Your party's full! Open party to swap members. Alright, with the judgment, yay! You know what I was just talking about having another member? It's Syra. He's here now. Yahoo! So like I was saying, I may end up just ditching Nuo for Syra. No offense, Nuo. You're very, very cool. But Syra's pretty friggin' cool, too. I mean, look at him. An old friend of Queen Proxulian, a wise old holy knight, Auric. He's just friggin' dope. So what I want to do is absolutely have a look at his stats, have a look at his skills, and start thinking about a build for him. And then we can decide whether where we're going to place all our emphasis stat building wise. Because this is what I remembered, is that he's attack and spirit also. He's a lot like Nuo in that way, but I think he's a bit, his skills are a little less support and a bit more direct. He's like, strikes people with lightning and stuff. Yeah, lightning strike, which is a lot of stuff for his spirit. So Nuo's got some crazy useful support stuff that we didn't even tap into with, say, like the gadgets, the ones that like buff your attack and agility and stuff. But I mean, Syra's got some crazy stuff as well. He's got 0 skill points at the moment, so I guess he just joins at level 16. So let's have a look at all his skills. So he starts out with lightning strike, which is 150% multiplier on his spirit, which is already I think, pretty damn good. And it says deals damage to an enemy regardless of resistance, which makes it sound like even if they resist lightning, it still works on them. And the next bunch are Lunar Strike, deals more damage and may lower defense slightly. So it's like better. It's basically just better. It may have some charge time, I suppose. But yeah, it's looking like pretty considerable damage. So he's like a battle mage, like he's like an arcane fighter type. And this one's basically the same as the prior one, except it does fire and lightning rather than just lightning, and it doesn't have the defense down anymore, I think. And then finally we've got Thunder Spire, which is super strong. So I could see us going for that. I might be like swapping Sierra and Nuo out periodically, if like depending on what the situation calls for. Well, it's kind of troubling because, with the exception of, like, if I guess I'd have to actually die in a fight to be able to reload and be like, okay, well, in that fight, it seemed like I wanted more of this. So at that point, it'll be kind of too late anyway, but... Well, it'll be too late to win on the first try, I suppose. So all I really have to lose is my ego. I'm probably going to start building Sierra for a while, because he's so freaking cool. Not that Nuo isn't very, very cool. But I'm probably not swapping Aura or Papel out of our team anytime soon. Papel is probably our, like, MVP, because she just goes so friggin' frequently with her speed. And Aura's pretty hardy and tanky and all sorts, and does some pretty considerable damage and can heal herself readily enough that her tankiness is magnified. So I think Aura and Papel are going to be mainstays, and probably Sierra is for the rest of the game as well, and Nuo might be swapped in here and there. But I'm glad he gets to come with us anyway. I'm glad it's not like he gets kicked out and Sierra replaces him and he never comes back. I'm glad we get the option. Anyway, so I can see myself going for Lunar Strike and Thunder Spire, having both of those equipped. What does this branch do? So Purge removes all status conditions from a target. Doesn't seem to suggest it deals any damage. Oh, is this a healing move for us then, maybe? Remove all stat increases from enemies. Okay, so this one's probably for friends and this one's from enemies. All stat increases from enemies, 1 turn cooldown. Interesting. The usefulness of that would be that we could then swap Papel and Aura off of the Breaker series and the Heart Strike. Get them some other useful skill, in theory, because they no longer need Starbreaker and Heartstrike if he can just do both of those in 1 turn. Moonglow makes the party immune to stat decreases for 1 turn cooldown. Nah, I'm not as fussed about that, personally. It also says it cancels them. This one seems more useful than that for me, personally. They can lower their, like, crit up chances and stuff. Aurora removes all stat decreases from the party. Well, that's interesting, because that seems to be what Moonglow suggests it does also, because it says cancels that. This one also says cancels that. So I don't really know what's going on there. I'm not too fussed about this chain, except for maybe Sunray. Well, and Purge could be useful. Just a little help, extra little support skill you can have if one of us is really, like, going through it with a darkness status effect or a poison or whatever. Because I've always been waiting for them to just blow over at the end of the fight. But then we've got Storm. He's going to be some big AoE thing. Deals damage to all enemies regardless of resistances. So it's like lightning, but just a little less damage and spread out, basically. But it's the same dealio. Deals more damage to all enemies. And deals damage to all enemies and may lower their agility. Okay. I could go for Solar Storm and Lunar Storm, to be honest. One that lowers their agility is neat, but also one that just deals a bunch of damage to everyone is neat. So far I'm thinking Lunar Strike, Thunder Spire, Purge, Solar Storm, Lunar Storm. Magnetize. Halves all enemies' agility until struck. Rarely misses. Oh, very interesting. It's the idea being kind of like a trap where you lower their agility so they're going to go really infrequently and then you have some turns to patch yourselves up or whatever. It also deals a little bit of damage. You can increase a target's spirit by 50% for 1 turn, so we could use it on himself and then be doing big damage. Because Aura and Papel don't really have much use for it, I don't think. Replenish. Stores 10% of the target's HP for 2 turns or until struck. Okay. Or until struck, though. I'm not super fond of that. And Serenity restores 10% of the entire party's HP for 2 turns or until struck. Now, I'm a little more fond of that because if you heal all 3 of us, and then one of us gets struck and loses it, at least 2 of us are still healing, unless, of course, they hit us with a full party strike, of course. And then we've got 3 passives, one of which is called Compassion, interestingly. Solitude increases your spirit by 10%. Okay, want. Compassion doubles the effect of items, passive. Okay, so he and Nuo just get the same one, basically, but Nuo's was called Resourcefulness, but it applied the status effect Compassion because his is called Compassion, I see. And Humility causes weapon to deal lightning damage, passive. I don't know why it says Element Pierce. Neat. I mean, I'm probably going to be doing his lightning specials more often than his normal attack anyway, I suppose. I guess it didn't mention if there was like a cooldown on them, did it? The storms and everything. So what I'm thinking so far, because I could go for this Compassion one as well. Compassion, I'm not as fussed about Humility, lightning damage. I mean, who knows when that will be useful to deal lightning damage as opposed to piercing. We'd have to know ahead of time who we're going to be facing, and we usually don't. But I'm liking Lunar Strike, Thunderspire, Purge, Solar Storm, and Lunar Storm. Serenity, Solitude, and Compassion. But we have a lot of leveling up to do for him to get all those skills. The only skill of his that costs 50 to learn is his Storm. Cool, so I've got an idea of what I'm doing for him, and it turns out, like, yes, we absolutely, definitely do want Spirit for him. That's what, like, all of his magic stuff does. So he's got an Arc Spirit, but we can swap it out for this Guardian Spirit, which seems to just be objectively better. And it's for the Vigilant Exiled Auric, after all. Nothing I can put on his hands or wings. So his agility, dex, and defense are kind of nothing special. His health is alright. Well, his dex is not bad either, actually, because that's about mine, right? Oh no, never mind. Vel and Aura have like 130. So he's very, very specialized into offense and little support skills, basically. But it looks like he's gonna die pretty easily, go pretty slow, basically never dodge, and rarely get crits, it would seem. So he's kind of like a mage archetype in that he takes a long time and he's very squishy, but does big damage and stuff all at once. The Steel Hood gives him some spirits. We absolutely want that. Oh, I should probably take everything off of Nuo if he's going to be out of the party for the moment. Don't know why the screen is so laggy. Sorry, buddy. Just want to have a good sense of all the gear we have at our disposal. No, you've had a rough few days. By way of apology for interrupting you while you were sneaking up on those Red City Kingdom guards, you now no longer have to fight for the rest of the game. Doesn't that feel good? Unless something happens to Syrah. Right, we've got the Lost Halo. Let's put that on him. I mean, it may be slightly sacrilegious to do so, but I'm sure they'll get over it. Exil's Longing does Spirit by 10% and Defense by 10%. Happy about it? Oh, but the teal coat also at the moment just does a bunch of Spirit. Yes, let's do that. At some point, it may be worth doing this when his Spirit naturally grows a bunch. In fact, we're about to give him a bunch from the Blister Weed, is my intention. Evasion or Defense? Of the two, probably Defense. Because your dex already is kind of poor, so evasion is unlikely for you. Although 1% evasion, I guess that could be useful in that something. Nah, just go for the defense. That's going to be more useful in the long run, probably. Let's find any accessories that do a bunch of spirit. We genuinely don't have any that do spirit? Never mind. Get you some attack and defense then, I guess. Well, I suppose there's some sense in building a bit of agility. It's very much obviously not a strength of yours, but you could at least be on, like, par with me. And as for our last slot, we could go for some health, some attack power. Evasion by 5. Defense. Probably the Cataclysmic Ring, that's a pretty useful little thing. Or we could go pierce damage by 3% because you have a spear. But again, like I said, we're probably mostly going to be using spells with you. Let's go for this Razor Plane that does a bit of defense and attack. Sweet! Hey, Cheryl, you know how I said I didn't need any of those perma buffs? I lied! I want all of the Spirit by 5. Doink. Hey, Syrah, just quick question. How do you feel about Kool-Aid? Might I inquire where you're going with this, Aura? Oh, nothing. And don't worry about what I'm mixing into your water here. Hey, would you like a drink of water? Why, sure. That seems just... God, that was bitterly sweet. What did you put in there, Aura? Oh, no, nothing. Just a bit of blisterweed powder. Did you just grind up a random herb and put it in my... No, I made Kool-Aid. That's what I did. Now your spirit is at 170. Doesn't that feel better? I can taste colors now. Good for you. I'm just gonna recheck his equipment because I bet one of those, there's a non-zero chance that some of his increased his spirit by percentage things are now more valuable, considering I've just increased his base spirit by a heck load. But no, not yet. Actually, the only one really would be the Exile's Longing, and even still, that's not quite cutting it, but that was worth doing. At which point, it's now seeming like probably, well, you know, of the three of us, Aura is probably the one who's like attack power is her biggest thing, but I'm tempted to give attack power to Propel just simply because she goes so much more frequently than me. And her and Syrah both are like close to my attack power, I would say, right? Especially as Syrah, if he gets to 3 levels, stays up at 19 like us, his attack's probably going to be somewhere in 150, 160, so he's probably about on par with Aura there, and they're probably both a bit more attack-oriented than Propel as such, but since I'm going so hard in with her, like, Steel Boomerang and all her offensive stuff, I'm gonna go splurge on her attack power as well. Waste no more time not increasing our attack powers by things. So our attack power is currently at 151? What if it were at 166? This is the question I pose to you, dear viewer. And just like that...
Aura, you really suck at making Kool-Aid, you know that? Give me a break.
Kool-Aid's changed a lot since my day. The kingdom has a different view on it, okay? Our taste buds are not built the same. And by the way, Syrah, in addition to your Kool-Aid, as a gesture of our newfound friendship, I offer you a fish. Most kind of you. Do you have any intent on cooking it? Nope! Eat that fish! Down it all in one bite. There you go. Now you're officially on Team Nap. which I guess is Team Sap now. So there we go, we got Zero on our team. He's so cool, I love him. All our party is so cool. R is like the steadfast leader of integrity. Propel's the little loose wild cannon who just wants to cut her own path. Sierra's the principled, good-hearted old knight. Nuo is the brains and the one to offer a new perspective, and we're all just so cool. And we have a little team. And it looks like we're headed to the Centennial Chamber to bring down Hasima. Next time on the Amber Throne, because that is all for now. So I will leave you off in Auric Village. Next video on the channel is going to be some more Celeste. We're going to do another one of those things that we were doing last time in Celeste, which are slightly spoilery, which is why I'm phrasing it that way. I'm sure it'll be just so much fun. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Thanks, Mommy. Ueno said it was a spur of the moment idea when he got the idea. When he saw the Soba themed. Anyway, and I might be out on my side of both of everyone else. Both of everyone else? Sorry, both of the other two groups of people here. No problem.
How is that not a problem? I mean, how do you even know if there's a passage out there?